get the YouTube recording started so we make sure that YouTube at least gets some encouraging stuff, right? Some interesting things. Because sometimes I forget to start the recording for YouTube too. Because I try and cut out like the beginning, starting soon screen. They don't need to see that. They want to come see that. They watch this live. They sit here and they wait the 5 minutes while the ads are playing until it finally starts. Oh my goodness. But anyways, so there's some things I want to talk about today. There's a lot of, so usually when I do art, we talk about some things, but we also talk about upcoming things that are going to be happening. So, I'm just gonna kind of move over into actually doing the art. We're just gonna jump kind of right into it because I've already done a lot of work and I had to forcibly stop myself. I had to force myself to stop because if I didn't, I would have finished it before the stream started. I would have finished the working before the stream started, and that's not good. So, let's not do that and actually move over to doing the art. So, we are finally here. We're doing le art. So for those that are new or joining us today, we are doing cryptids as magical girls, and this is the last one in the series. If you want to see the rest of them, they are up on my little slideshow, and you will see them when you start to see Mothman, and they all have the same dark background, so you'll notice that they look like they're in a series. I think they should be playing in a second scene. But we did Mothman, we did the Jackalope, and we also did the Jersey Devil last time. So right now, it is the most there they are. There's Mothman. And we're doing the most, I think, recognizable one. I think, okay, Bigfoot ran, so Mothman could run, okay? Because I think everybody and anybody who's in the cryptid space, I believe knows definitely Bigfoot over Mothman, right? That's my thing, is like, I think that more people know about Bigfoot than they do know about Mothman. So we're doing Bigfoot. Now, of course, I had to reference the most famous image that we have, the clearest image that we do have of Bigfoot. Now, I do believe that Bigfoot does track back a lot in history. We also have, like, technically other Bigfoot variants. Like we have the Yeti as another variant of the Bigfoot, but a lot of people think like, oh, it's just variations of Bigfoot, right? So yeah, so I did try to capture the idea of them walking, because like it made sense, for what I wanted to do. I gave them also very furry vest and just fur arms and leg warmers, because I wanted to capture just how furry this man is. Also, a lot of people were saying that this could be a wild man, and a wild man just means like a dude that lives out in the forest and of course doesn't shave or do anything, or, you know, just lets his hair grow out. And honestly, I could see that, but with the amount of hair that's covering his body, like, not even a normal person could be able to do this, but someone was thinking that it might be a person in a gorilla costume, and honestly, it does kind of look like a man in a gorilla costume. So, there's a lot of people thinking that this is a hoax, a lot of people think it's real, so it's a very famous picture. And I believe this is actually a recreation of the famous picture. I don't even think this is the actual picture. I have to double check. Because I just looked up Bigfoot, and this is like, you know, most of them are gonna be this. Like, you look up Bigfoot for images, this is what you're gonna find. Which, pretty much accurate. So, I did a little bit of color stuff. So, I always have this color chart, which is so great. I found it from another artist. I will try and remember if I can link them or something like that. But they did post this up for people to be able to have. And it has been so helpful in creating like different varieties of skin tones. Because I've wanted to do that for this series as well as like, you know, because I wanted to. So I was like, okay, let's go with this. And yeah. So that's what we did. And I think that she looks beautiful. And we're gonna make her look beautiful, okay? We're gonna make her look pretty. Honestly, she looks like, I don't know why, she kind of gives me like very big muscle woman, but like himbo vibes. I don't know why. I don't know why I get like I feel like she would be a little bit of a himbo too. Like, but like good. Like, you know, she's funny. She's funny to be around, you know? She's like the fun jokester of the group. But yeah, so I started doing the coloring and I had to stop myself. I had to stop. Because if I didn't stop, I would finish it. Because I basically finished a lot of other things that I had to work on. Which, by the way, let me talk about that stuff. So for those... Okay, so... On Blue Sky, I got added to a starter pack. And so there's a lot of new people that are following me. But I did notice what seems to be happening, though, is that none of them are seeing my stuff. Because the amount of people... Because my likes have now kind of gone down. And I think it's just because people are kind of following, but they're not interacting with the content. Because they're just kind of blindly following starter packs. The starter packs, if I'm going to look at them on Blue Sky, I'm going to follow people that I'm interested in following. And not just follow just everybody in the starter pack. Because then you might get people that you might not actually like their content. So if you are on Blue Sky, it is okay to just pick a few people out of the starter pack. I do appreciate the amount of people that have been following me, because some of them have been starting to like my content. And I will say, I think it's just like, it needs to have a little bit of a phase, you know? And it'll slowly build up, you know? People will start to see more of my stuff. But I didn't have much to post today, unfortunately. So there could be also that. But I'm literally almost up to 200 followers on Blue Sky. And if you have followed me on Twitter before, it took me over like over about a year to really get to 200 on Twitter. And I had to fight for that. I had to fight for it so hard. Because you're competing with like so many other people, and also with corporate VTubers, and with companies, and with ads. And you're just competing with everybody for your stuff to be shown to people. So the fact I even got up to 200 was like almost impossible. But now, like, it's just all bots. The following count that you see on my thing, like, almost half of it is bots. And I, like, tried to fight back against it by trying to, like, block them and report them. Didn't happen. The good thing I know about this one is that it's actual people. And I love that. I know that these are people. They're not bots. They're real people. I will say, though, bots have been slowly trying to move onto the platform, but people have been putting some good stuff together of, like, these, because, you know, with the starter packs, there's also lists that you can do. You can make a list of like, basically bot accounts, and you can block them all in an instant. And it, like, auto-updates, so if there's new bot accounts that pop up, it instantly, like, they get put into there, and they get instantly blocked. I love it. I love it. It's so great. Because then I don't have to see that, and they don't have to follow me, and then I don't have to fight against the system. I don't have to be good at technology. Everyone can do it for me. It's so great. I love it. But yeah, if you definitely aren't on Blue Sky, I will say this much. I do try to post. The thing is, like, most of the stuff I'm posting over on Blue Sky is stuff from like years ago. So like trying to repost it back up on Twitter, it's like, I'll tell you this much. I get definitely way more interactions on Blue Sky than I do on Twitter. I don't pay for Twitter Blue. I don't have any of that stuff, so I don't win any benefits from posting on Twitter. But there are some things I do want to post. I still want to post on Twitter, and the reason being is because not all of my followers, because there are some actual followers I have in my follower, not all of them have moved over to Blue Sky. Like, and some of them have reasons, some of them have are just like more comfortable, you know. And also it's just like most of the people that are really over on Blue Sky right now is mainly just artists and VTubers. So the following that I'm getting is a lot of other VTubers and upcoming VTubers, and I appreciate that. And also a lot of new artists and probably other artists that are following me. Like, there are some big artist accounts that do like my stuff, which I'm just like, what the heck? And it spooks me. It spooks me, and it happens. I'm like, oh, excuse me. Great people. Like, I'm like, so it's like, it's great. It's great. Bigger accounts do to me. I also sometimes do post on Kara, and I will say Twitter or Blue Sky is definitely way better to be able to see other people compared to Kara. But then again, Kara kind of like went down in stuff, and I think right now with so many people being on there, and even VTubers now on there too, I think there's like way more of better community that's happening. So, and I will say, like, I had my reserves about it when it first started, but now that it's been a week and people are still posting on there and there's still stuff happening, there's still people, basically right now I'm technically blowing up in a way. Like, there's still that engagement that's happening on there constantly every single day, and I even find myself opening up like Blue Sky over Twitter, and because I made the mistake yesterday of opening up Twitter and ended up doom scrolling a bit, and I immediately was like, I don't want to deal with this negativity anymore, and immediately went over to Blue Sky. So you can assume that if that's how people are feeling and that they are immediately opening up Blue Sky over that of Twitter, you've done fucked up. And I think it's not the AI artist stuff doesn't bother me. The block stuff kind of does in a way, but like, whatever. It's mostly the negativity and toxicity that was on that platform just really boggled me down in a lot of ways. So now I don't feel that, and I've been feeling a lot better. I mean, like, I do suffer with like a lot of things, so it's not good for me to be surrounded by a lot of negativity, because that can really make my overthinking go into overdrive and doesn't help my anxiety. So it's way better, and I absolutely love it so much better. So if you do see me on Blue Sky and you find your way here, congratulations, you get a blue star. You know what? No, you get a blue star for it. Not a gold star. Screw that. You get a blue star. But also there's some people that have wanted to follow me, like, but they didn't have a Twitter, but they had a Blue Sky. So now I'm able to reach them because they can actually see my stuff. And other people that I haven't been able to interact with much, because there's other VTubers that I did get to know, and I barely saw any of their stuff. Now I'm able to see their stuff and interact with it and have fun with them and like talk with them. It's been so much better because I'm actually able to interact with the people that I've grown. Hello, puppers. My puppy has now joined. Puppers has now joined us. So fantastic. But yeah. So let's actually get into this because I just wanted to talk about that really quickly because I literally went to bed last night and I woke up and I was like, how are we at 150 followers? And then I and then I posted the going live message, right? And then I'm like, how are we at almost 200? I'm at 119 followers. Where are you all coming from? But again, it's like I'm gaining a lot of followers, but having about the same interaction right now. So we'll see what happens. And, you know, as I progress with more things to post, because I think it's more of I'm kind of running out of shit of what I want to post. I'm kind of running into like a little bit of a posting slump because I'm focused on working on a few things right now. So sometimes on the weekends I have a little bit of a posting slump. Also, I'm just busy. Weekends are sometimes busy days. Because I'm streaming and I gotta do other content stuff and working on things. So you end up in a way like working on a whole lot of other stuff. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. I don't know. I'm like, hold up. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. Anyways. But it's been nice. Blue Sky has been really nice. I love it. You know, I'm not gonna say I would recommend it for everybody. Some people have reservations about why they want, like, you know, why they don't want to move. Honestly, I haven't completely moved. And I will say this much. I don't think that it's good to, I've said this in the past, I don't think it's good to move completely because there are people that just use Twitter. Like, Twitter is basically a big mega hub anyways, so it's always good to still have a Twitter just in case. Honestly, right now it just seems like Blue Sky is my secondary in case like something happens to my Twitter. But I still need to have somewhat of a platform on Twitter at least to interact with certain people, because there are like certain brands and companies that are, you know, if they reach out to you, you know, they're gonna probably look at your Twitter. They don't have anything on Blue Sky, so unless companies start moving over. I've seen a lot of smaller companies, like a lot of indie game studios that have moved over, which is good. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but it's not just artists and VTubers that are moving over. There's plenty of indie game companies and game studios and people that are working in game that have also moved over as well. So there's a large amount of people, and just depends how you begin to curate your stuff. My stuff is like art, photography, and VTubers. And cat pictures. I got a lot of cat pictures. Look, sometimes you just need to go. There's literally a feed called cat pictures that I have in case I ever need like a pick-me-up. I just look at everybody's cats. Which is so funny because I have a dog. Look, I've grown up around cats my entire life. I sometimes I want to remember the good old days. Okay, let me get the belt and the skirt going, and I also need the shorts. I know what some people are going to say. I am doing a shorts skirt, but look, okay, I just want to do it because I can. I can do it if I wanna, and I want to do it this way. I don't know if I want to make her entire thing monochrome. So I could just use this color palette and make it entirely monochrome, but I'm like, do I want to do that? Is this a good idea? I don't know. We'll try it out. I can always recolor it later. Oh. I don't know why I said it like that. Look, I'm just been weird. We being weird, okay? What? You know what? When am I not weird? Look. I'm a... I am the weirdo, okay? I say a lot of weird stuff. But hey, if my weird stuff makes you think a minute, then maybe I made you learn something instead. Oh, speaking about learning something, do you guys want to learn something new today? That I saw it and was like, that's brilliant. I'm saving that for later. So the greatest thing ever. Shrek is older than World of Warcraft. You must now live with this knowledge. If you want to know where this knowledge came from, you can blame Pirate Software. He gave me this information. I now will use it to the best of my abilities. You're welcome. Literally, go look it up. Okay, you know what the funny thing is that I believe I can say here? I'm gonna look this up really quickly. Okay, so I have something even more disastrous to tell you all. I'm older than Shrek. I am older than Shrek. Yep. That's an information that not only you have to now live with, but I also have to live with. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. The facts are real today. So many real facts be dropping because the facts are facting. That sounds wrong. Oh my goodness. You know what? I actually kind of like this monochrome. Also, purple looks really good on her. Damn. Damn. Oh, but I do have some other amazingly good news. So I have been slowly but surely working on my 2.0, and I can say with affirmative fact that it is almost done. I don't want to say it's done, and the reason that I never want to say that something is done is because I'm gonna be honest, I just want to like make sure that everything is good before I finish it. Cause I do have a drawing arm like I do with this one, but this drawing arm, if I took away my drawing tablet here, does look a little weird because of some things I didn't account for. So I'm going to have to be testing that a lot to make sure it's nice and clean. Because in VTube Studio, I can't really test, or in Live 2D, I can't really test it very well. So I have to test some stuff in other ways. But I also need to get the iPhone for my iPhone tracking, because that's gonna change also a lot of things as well. Because then I can literally sit and like test other stuff out. So, oh my goodness, I forgot that bot. Oh, by the way, I have terror. Okay, we'll talk about that later, but it's almost done. I think I just need like a few animation things to do, because it's gonna have some small animations happening while it's idle. I think I might also do a one for when my tracking disconnects, Just because I think like just having something like that might be nice. Just for the just because. So I'll do something with that. And yeah. But I will say one thing. I don't know why I never thought of this before, but I figured out how to make the arms like not get detached from the torso, because I've been having problems with rigging that, and I'm like, I saw someone and how they did, and I was like, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that. For some reason, didn't occur to me to do it that way. But yeah. I will say this much though. Yesterday when I was working on the rig, for some reason, the model, like, I don't know what was happening, first off. I don't know what was going on. But the rig, one half of the hair, so I rigged one side of the hair to test the physics, right? And then I rigged the other side. And for some reason, I don't know why reason, it was not working. The other half that I did wasn't working for some reason. I don't know what happened, so I had to fix it. So I was ending up doing so much. Oh my gosh. I'm just checking about. I got. Also, I apologize. Oh no! Thank you, Lithos, and oh my gosh, 3 stream watching. Let's go. No, I can be chaotic, but it's just more of like, I think we need to turn down some of the lewdness. I like being lewd sometimes, but I'm not like lewd tuber. I actually did watch a lewd tuber once, and I was like, oh, so this is what a real lewd tuber is! And it made me go, yeah, definitely not that. I think it really opened my eyes for a minute. But anyways, what was it talking about? I don't even remember. I was talking about something, and then I'm now forgetting what it was. But you know what? That's half of my brain, you know? I just never know what I'm doing or saying. I'm literally trying to remember what the heck I said. One thing I wish that Twitch would implement, playbacks. So I can play it back and just remember what I was talking about. This is why I always have to have like one designated person to be my train of thought. You've changed the chaos button? What do you mean? What? What do you mean I changed the chaos button? Oh, that should be removed. It's more expensive. What? No, it's not. It's the same. The ad- Oh, the ad button! The suffer button! Yes, I did. Cause y'all were using it too much. I had to change it. Y'all were using it too much. That's what you get for using it too much. I know it's great to use it, but I do know that some people do not like it, so I made it more expensive. Because I don't think that people would really like having ads every single 5 minutes and having it be 3 minutes of ads. And I'd rather not that everyone, like, chases everybody off, please. So that's why I increased it. So there's that. I thought you were talking about other stuff, but I will say though, I don't know if you noticed, but all of the stuff to throw stuff at me is also disabled. And there's a reason. All of the stuff is disabled because the Twitch integrated throwing system. Man, I do so many ads. Why? So the Twitch integrated throwing system had an update. So I updated it because sometimes the updates can just help smooth things out. Well, one, now it takes way longer to load. Like, it takes freaking forever for it to load up. Secondly, it is not connecting. The Twitch bot, it is not connecting. The Twitch bot does not work. I don't know why. I looked it up and someone said, oh, well, you could just make it a mod. And I'm like, it's not even in my chat. I can't make it a mod if it's not in the chat. So I can't do that. And I was like, and I had to spend like 10 minutes trying to fix it. And it didn't work. I tried deauthorizing it and reauthorizing it. Now it won't even let me deauthorize it. It won't even let me, like, change anything with it. So it's just not connecting to Twitch at all. And you want to know what the big update was? It now is able to connect to YouTube, which is... It's now able to connect to YouTube, so you can do it with, like, YouTube stuff. For example, like, you know, when someone gives you a super chat, it can throw something at you. I think that that's really cool. You could also probably do it with words or, like, command stuff within YouTube, which is really cool. But, I don't use YouTube. So, it literally broke everything on the Twitch side. Now, the thing is that everything else worked. It's just that the Twitch bot wasn't connecting. And the thing is, I believe that needs to be connected for it to recognize that something happened. To be able to tell the program to do the thing. And if it's not connecting, I don't think it works. So I'm gonna test some stuff, probably either after stream or before stream tomorrow, because that's not cool if it broke everything on the Twitch side of things. And I will say, like, it didn't break everything, but it's like that connection thing might be important. So if it's not important, then I guess I don't care. So, well, I'll have to see how that is. I'll test it later. But I hope it's important, because it'd be really funny if it's not important and then it's like I did all of that for nothing. But it's, again, that's really sad, because that means that you guys can't throw stuff at me. Which I feel like is the greatest part that everyone loves, because everyone loves to throw. One thing I know of is sometimes every once in a while people will come in and just spam the yippies. Now they can't even do that. At least George works. We still have George. George is still here. George's chaos, though, doesn't work, but everything else does. Cage him, pet him, let him talk, let him bro, I need to talk. Okay, you know what? I need to change George's thing to let him speak. Let him cook. Golly, no, thanks. Let him eat in your stream. Yeah, no, of course, yeah. We always love you around, Lithos. Ha, Lithos love. we love. Sorry. I wanna... What do I wanna do? No, I literally am forgetting what I'm wanting to do. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Because this... Yeah. Okay, so this section is supposed to be the main belt. I'm gonna actually make it the purple. Ah! Eh! Saving. I hate when it saves. I'll fix this line, don't worry about it. There's a reason there's just a random line in here. And then let me get this. Is this? Yeah, it is a different color. There we go. Gonna turn off this really quickly. And then do that. And then I'm gonna do this. Just to save the line situation. I didn't need to turn everything off. I don't know why I was doing that. There you go. Perfect. Okay, now we got all of the flat colors laid down. I actually like... I don't know why. I like the purple. I think, like, it's dark enough, but I didn't want to go black, you know? I didn't want to go completely black. Because I feel like when you start going into black, it's, you can end up with certain problems. You know what? I'm gonna have it be a little fang instead. I was gonna have it be, like, something else, but... I think this will be better. I was gonna have it be a bone, but I think the fang is gonna be better. And now, I gotta do the face. And then we can render this, and then what I'm gonna do is I do want to put all of the girls together, so we're gonna kind of have a little bit of a character lineup as well, which I think is gonna be really cool to do a little character lineup. And just yeah, and then maybe we'll work on, if we finish this, we'll work on something else, but I kind of want to usually keep these centered around the cryptids and kind of talking about them. So maybe we'll talk for a bit about all the cryptids and maybe future concepts and ideas for any future girls that we would want to do. Because I do want to bring the series back again. This is really fun. And it's good that I restricted myself to doing kind of one a week, because one, it gets my juices flowing about kind of what characters I want to do and like what people I want to do. So it just gives me like a little bit more freedom of having just a bunch of cool characters to do and stuff like that. I will say it was a good break from working on the comic and my 2.0 stuff. Speaking about 2.0 stuff, I did start working on my male model. So that's great. I don't think I can call it you know, daddy art anymore. I don't think I can call it that anymore. So we're gonna not call it that anymore. One reason is I called it that just as a joke. But we're moving away from calling it that, even though I still sometimes online call it that. But now I'm gonna just call it it's the male. It's just the male form. One, because I kind of want to go away from like the lewdness of it in the way that I was kind of portraying it, because I'm not a tuber that does that. I don't do that stuff. So I'm just a little jokey person. But they do have their own name, so they are getting their own unique name, which is of course the inverse of art. You can thank Garlic Boy for that idea. So if you don't know who Garlic Boy is, that's Glacy. I unfortunately took his art down, but I do want to make an updated art of him, and I gotta post up his scuff model on Blue Sky that I made for him. I gotta do that. I gotta post up the other scuff models that I've made and scuffs that I've done. Just kind of show, like, these are the models that I make. These are normally the models that I make. The models that I make for people are always the funny models. It's like I reserve, like, the big, heavy-to-do models for myself because it takes a lot of time, and it's, like, a lot of... I have been getting so many spam calls. So many. It's outrageous. It's outrageous at this point. But anyways, let us do... So we did that. Let's do the face. I might have to turn off the skin in order to see the face. Oh, and there are some problems with the hair, so let me just fix those. By the way, you might also have noticed that there's these little wispies happening. I forgot that I used to do this on my art, and I'm just bringing it back. I absolutely completely forgot about it. That I used to do this. So it's a brush that I use. It's the same. By the way, I only use 2 brushes. I use the default hard brush for filling in colors and like just if I need, just for like color filling and blocking out stuff. And then also I use it for lines as well, for the face and stuff. And then the rest of it is pretty much a brush that I downloaded that is a very painterly brush that I use for basically everything else. And then I also use a thick blending brush for all of the other stuff. So basically I just use 2 brushes, and then I only use like maybe the default blend brush, the default blur brush, because there's a blur on here. I use that sometimes if I want to like make it be a smooth. So I use that for like chibi stuff a lot of times, or something that doesn't have a lot of detail. I use it for that. That's like my blending brush. But then for most of my other art, I just use the thick blending brush, which gives it a very uneven kind of like very painterly, messy-ish style, which that's kind of how my stuff is. It's very painterly messy, but it makes sense. Like it doesn't look completely good and smooth, but I like that roughness it has to it. Just gives it a roughness. So that's how you can kind of identify if it's my art. If it's too messy, I'm not that messy. I'm messy. I'm not that messy. But without any further ado, let's go into... Oh wait, I need to do the wispies on the hair, so you're gonna see me do these wispies. So, I used to do this because it kind of gave a little bit more interesting realism to a piece. And also just gave like a little bit more texturing to the hair in a way. So, I'm gonna see these wispies over here. It's a little hard to see on my drawing tablet. Darker colors are always a little bit hard to see on my drawing tablet. I will say one thing I kind of want to do is I do want to get a drawing pad again, because I actually did like using a drawing pad, because then I could like quickly, if I wanted to like work on something but I didn't want to lug my my drawing tablet, because this drawing tablet is very heavy. It's a hefty boy. And moving it around sometimes can be a little bit difficult. So I just wanted to have a way to be able to work on art without having to lug this thing. And also I think like in case I go on like trips or traveling, then I can bring the drawing pad along and not this big boy, because this big boy is hard to travel with. This big boy is great for home when I'm working on stuff that I need to work on, but even still, like, this guy is pretty relatively, I'd say he's a good decent size, but I need something maybe a little bit more in the 22-inch range. He's like, this one is like 18 inches. I think I need a little bit bigger of a drawing space. I know I have seen like XP pens and stuff like that, but there are some other ones I've been looking into that one are a little bit more affordable and definitely something I can invest in. And I mean, if I have a few friends that swear by it, well, that makes it a little bit better. And also that particular one actually sells refurbished models on eBay for like really cheap. And refurbished just means like, you know, they fixed it up a little bit. So, and it is by the company itself. It's not like a random person is doing it, and so like the company itself just sells on there, which is kind of cool. So that's something I kind of want to invest in. But it's like, first I'm like, it's like SpongeBob telling Patrick, it's like, first you have to open the jar, you have to put your hand on the lid, and I'm like, my first thing I gotta do is definitely get a new computer, because my laptop is great, but I think from years of being used for streaming and VTubing and all of that, it's starting to take a little bit of a toll on it. Like, it can still function without all of that stuff, but it's starting to get to a point where I don't think it can handle everything. Including that most of the time I need to basically upload my stuff now from I need to like upload my stuff from directly, like downloading from Twitch and then uploading it onto YouTube. Now a lot of people might be like, oh well, you can use the the export button where it just exports over immediately to YouTube. That button has never worked for me. I've tried connecting it before and it just never worked. I don't know why it didn't. I like looked up stuff and it was like, no, you do this, this, and this. I'm like, I did that and it's not working. So, and honestly, I just want to have the VODs anyways for myself in case something does just end up happening. So, You never know what could happen in situations. So it's just better. It's better to always just have a little bit of a backup and a save for it. Just in case. Just as a precaution. I'm gonna just like kind of focus in on doing the eyes here a little bit. You know what? Want to give her a little bit of a bigger nose. Just because I can. Also, I don't want to have my characters have same face syndrome. I was looking at like all of the girls together, and the good thing is it seems that I have avoided same face syndrome, which is really good. The way of how I do change up the faces is literally, okay, give them each different unique eye shapes. And just try and do my best with that. Just gotta do my best. I will say I don't think I know completely how to avoid same face syndrome. I think like the other problem is like sometimes with anime style or trying to like do something similar in anime style, you're always gonna somehow end up with same face syndrome. If you guys don't know what same face syndrome is, it's basically when your art, when all of your characters or anything that you draw has the exact same face. Now, if you're trying to draw the same character, makes sense. For the same character, you want it to look the same. But if you're drawing like a bunch of different characters, but all of them look like they're the same character, just different hair, different outfit, different skin, like, you're gonna have a worser problem, you know, because now I can't tell any of your characters apart. I will say, like, at least, you know, I'll be able to tell them apart by silhouette, but I'm not gonna be able to tell them apart by looking at their face. So that's what same face syndrome is where it's like all of the characters just kind of end up looking the same. I would say this happens a lot with VTuber models. This happens a lot with VTuber models from what I've noticed. Because a lot of VTubers, especially if you're getting it from the same model artists, a lot of the model artists I feel like just end up doing the same stuff over and over and over again. And yes, their eyes look really pretty, but it's like everybody's face looks exactly the same and there's like nothing different. So I will say I think that there's like a few things with that. Oh my gosh. I'm collecting possum VTubers apparently. I just got a follow from another possum tuber, which is optastic. I'm sorry. At this point I should just be a possum tuber at this point, right? I think that's where I'm going with stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna like do a little bit of a stretch. Stretch. Oh, that's just me seeing around. What? What, Munchkin? Munch. Let me do the brows. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, holy snap. Holy snap-a-roonies, Batman. That was a massive burp. I don't know why I laugh at my own jokes. I think it's because there's no one else to hear them. Well, at least Ko-Fi bot is here to hear him. I hope that Ko-Fi bot enjoys me. Oh my gosh, ads. Wow. Wow. I guess even Twitch is telling me to shut up with my jokes. Hey, no, that joke only one person can tell. I will not say what the joke is. But the funny thing is, I have a great rebuttal if I ever hear that joke. I have such a great rebuttal. Some people were talking about, like, if you could collab with somebody, who would you want to collab with? I would love to collab with Joel. One, because I have a rebuttal to some of his jokes. Just stupid rebuttals. Two, because both of us did 3D art. And now we're VTubers on the internet. I feel like there's a lot to talk about with that. Because honestly, think about it. Like, oh, why are you on there? I was like, where is this brush? I'm gonna make this like slightly lighter because I don't want it to be too dark where you can't see it in the hair. Oh, but I do oh, there goes the other end. I do have some... I don't know. It's hard to talk about stuff when people are in ads, because I don't want people on Twitch. You know what? We'll talk about ads while the ads are playing. Is it just me, or are YouTube ads just really bad? I think that they're really bad now. Because I swear to God, I watch, like, 5 minutes of a thing, or I like just start watching it, like I just start watching it, and then all of a sudden, ad, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, that's understandable. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of the thing, right? It's the beginning. You get an ad at the beginning. Okay, you get an ad maybe at the end. All right. I understand you. You know, the content creators got to make that bank somehow, and some of it is through ad revenue, so understandable. And then I literally watch a second of the video, and I get another ad. And now, bear in mind, with YouTube ads, you do not just get one ad. You get several ads. And I'm just like, what? I only watched a second of the video and I'm getting hit with another ad. Now, some of the videos that I watch are about like an hour or 2 hours long. So I know that there's going to be a lot of ads, but there's so many ads. That is my problem. So I'll get that where it's like, you know, I start the video, it has an ad because of course it does, because it's the beginning of the video, and then of course the beginning of the video plays, and then I only have like a few seconds, and then I immediately get an ad, another like set of ads, and they're like, it's like a full set. So I get at the beginning of a video, or when I'm starting to watch the video again, because let's say I paused it and I left and then I came back to watch the rest of the video, I get another ad. I get that again. It's where ad plays a little ad. And again, it's like a few seconds. It's not even like, you know, 5 or 10 minutes into it. No, it's like a few seconds and then boom, another ad. I'm like, is the video in the room with us. Like, it's not, again, you know, I understand, like, you know, advertisers gotta make the bank and everything somehow, but like, y'all getting a little crazy with the ads. Oh, for those that were in the ads, we're talking about ads on YouTube. I will say this much, I personally think Twitch ads are not that bad because, you know, people get alerted. I alert my chat. People have ways to alert their chat to when an ad is going to be coming up. And then it tells you at the top of the ad how long the ad is going to be. And it is that long. It is usually that long. It is 3 minutes long, or 2 minutes, or whatever amount of time that the streamer put on it. It will be that long. And that is it. That is flat out how it is. YouTube don't do that. YouTube just kind of is like, you know what? We'll give you another ad. I'm like, I just got an ad less than a minute ago. What do you mean I now have another ad? So I'm like, it's not even just the idea of an adpocalypse. It's like too many ads at this point, which is kind of, in my opinion, really, really, really shitty. So honestly, when it comes to that, I think that Twitch ads, and I know like so many people complain about Twitch ads, I'm like, have you seen YouTube ads? But then I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't think that you guys know much about YouTube ads, because if y'all aren't dealing with the same problems I am, that just tells me maybe you either have a really good ad blocker or you pay YouTube Premium. Because I know people that pay YouTube Premium, that's why they don't care. And then they complain on Twitch, like, for the ads. And I'm like, okay, if you can pay YouTube Premium, you probably pay for a sub for your favorite streamers, right? And it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with ads. That's unfortunately how it is on the internet most of the time. Ads are a thing. It's unfortunate. Oh, no. It's an unfortunate thing, but that's kind of unfortunately how it is. And that's just how it be. There's nothing that you can really do in the long run of situations. I think this is 2. Oh no, that's actually fine. I was gonna say, I think this is too much. But no, I was wrong. Yeah, that looks good. I need to move a little bit into the yellow, because if I did white, it probably wouldn't look right. Trick of doing characters, darker skinned characters. Make sure that you do not make the white of their eyes white. Go into a little bit of the yellow or orange. You can't go orange, but honestly yellow. A lot of people, if I had this on paler skin, they would look jaundice, but with darker skin, it looks completely fine. It's just because if you use like just white and like the actual like gray scale of white, it will not look right. Like you can tell with this tooth. The tooth works, but if it was in the eyes, it's gonna start looking a little weird. So just keep that in mind if you're ever trying to draw darker skin characters. That's a tip. That is a tip that was 100% given to me by other artists that do draw darker skin, and I can attest it works and it's good. Take it. Take the advice. Anyways, let us do what color do I want to make your eyes? We could go purple. No, we're not gonna make them red. We already have a red-eyed character. Okay, we'll do purple. I like that in a way we've accidentally have done this entirely in monochrome. Which, by the way, monochrome color just means that you use one color and then you make the entirety of the color palette based off of that monochrome color. Technically, we have basically used purple, and then yes, we did go into blacks and whites, but we have used basically purple for the entirety of the outfit, which I will say, monochrome color palettes are really cool and you can do it really well if you know what you're doing. So, yeah. Because I know what I'm doing as a person that also kind of almost ended up with a monochrome color palette, I know what I'm doing here. I never know what I'm doing, I'm lying. Look, if any artist says that they know how to do something, they are lying to you. Trust me, most of us just, we don't know what we're doing, but we're doing something. And that's all that matters. Oh. Huh, I was wondering why this was acting a little weird. But I will say, I think this is the one character, like going back to art stuff, I think this is the one magical girl cryptid I have had in the back of my mind for like a pretty long while. Like, she's always kind of been there, but I never knew how I wanted to really portray her. And I'm gonna be honest, I almost went into possibly going into Gyaru fashion. If you don't know what Gyaru fashion is in Japan, please go and look up Gyaru fashion. I'm probably not even saying it correctly. But if you've watched Dandadan, you will know what some of Gyaru fashion is. So, I almost went that path with her. The reason being is because a lot of magical girls, for the most part, are like really pretty frou-frou-y dresses. Like, if you actually look at what magical girls are, like, you know, you'll see like they're kind of like that. And I decided to not go down that path because I wanted to make them magical girls that you could kind of see in a way, because it's like it's kind of hard to mix their elements with magical girl, and it's like I'm probably gonna have to make a longer stuff in order to like do all of that research and so many more character design and so much stuff that I it would take way longer for me to do that. And also, for those that don't know, I'm gonna make a video about all of these and talking about them, and then my process and all of that. Like, literally I have stuff written down, like I have research notes. The only one that isn't is like I literally just went no hams bar with Bigfoot here because I was just like, you know what, let's just go in all for it. And yeah. So, and honestly, I think that she looks really cool. And I do like that each one of the magical girls do look distinct unto themselves. And then it's just really funny that all of these guys are gonna fight together because they don't look too homogenous. But I think the other reference was like Madoka Magica, because Madoka Magica, if you actually look at all the girls, they are very distinct from each other. They do not look like they're supposed to be a team fighting together. And that was the main purpose. It's like, technically these girls can handle themselves, but sometimes they have to, you know, come together to fight crime. So, that's just how it be. Let's do that. The way I do my eyes. Actually, funny enough, the way I do my eyes is inspired by another artist. I just liked how he did eyes, so I kind of adapted it to my own way. Because he always put, like, instead of putting the pupil, he would just put it as as a highlight, as like a big highlight in their eyes. And I was like, that's kind of cool. So that's what I ended up doing. In the comic, I actually make it much more of a, not only just a stylistic choice, but a thing of importance. And that's all I'm gonna say, because that's too much spoilers for the comic. Especially with chapter 4 that I literally finished like on Tuesday. It's all uploaded and stuff. It's just not available. I have it all like set up, ready to go. So there is that. And I'm super happy like that I have at least one chapter ahead. I hope that I can get, chapter 5 done. I will say this much, I haven't thought about chapter 6 very much. However, do y'all remember what I said about Tiny Glade and said like, oh, this could be useful in helping me to make backgrounds? I have to make something in particular for the next chapter that I'm having a hard time really visualizing, because the way of kind of how I want to do it, if I try to do it, people would be like, that's just Gondor. And I'm gonna be like, technically, but technically not, with how I want to approach it in a way. So I need to figure out in Tiny Glade to kind of do something with it. So so we're gonna just see how I can do it, and hopefully the way I want to do it works. Cause the one issue I'm thinking about is how high can I make the because in it you can like increase the terrain height, and I'm like, how high can I go on the terrain, like what's the maximum? So I might test some stuff out in there just to see what I can do. But yeah, so those are my plans. Because it will definitely help out with chapter 6, because it's like trying to visualize that is gonna be a little hard. But I am already kind of thumbing out the next chapter. At least I thumb it out like all in a sketchbook, and then when I do it again for the actual digital version, I kind of tweak some things. So there's always some revision going on before it hits to the final end of the product. So yeah. So I'm just gonna see what I can kind of cook with. I think like right now I'm just trying to deal with how do I want these elements to work, because at the end of it we're gonna be introduced to some newer characters, which I still have to redesign, because I did make a concept for them, but I kind of need to finalize it before I start making it. I know you shouldn't be. I should have made all of this earlier and I didn't think about it, okay? I'm not smart. But the good thing is I have the time. There are some characters that we're not going to get introduced to until like really, really later on, that I have a little bit of time to do some character concept art and everything for them. So my plan is hopefully by the time that the comic returns in January 2025, I do have a date. It's going to be January 31st, which is the last day of the month. I'm going to be, that is when it's coming back. So if you have been waiting for the comic to return, it's coming in January. And I'm hoping I can at least get maybe chapter 6 and 7, if not 7 finished, at least started, right? So at least I'll be a few months ahead, which is really great, because then I can basically kind of work through the chapter when I need, like, because I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, I can do like 2 preps at a time, because then that makes it a little bit easier. And the thing is that if I end up starting to have a lot of chapters done, then well, I can probably focus on way more other things, like opening up commissions again, because I want to do that. I can focus on, like, working on definitely other videos and things that I wanted to make, because the comic was taking up so much of my time. I literally couldn't do anything else, and now it's just so great that I can literally work on other things. I will say, though, that we might have, like, we may do, like, sometimes where there'll be, like, a comic hiatus for, like, a month or two, just to give me a little break, but also to kind of make a little bit of a stop and make sure that I'm able to kind of get a few more chapters completed. Because what I want to kind of eventually be able to do is maybe post bi-weekly, so you're getting more chapters. But so far, it looks like we might actually get up to maybe about 50 chapters before the end of the story. Because it depends on how I want to do the pacing and stuff. And right now the pacing is kind of like fastish, slowish. So it's like sometimes there's fast and sometimes it slows. So I try to give you like some times and moments with the characters. But we'll see, because honestly at this point this project is going to be ending up probably going to be a several years worth of work going into it. So, and I know people well, they do like weekly posts, so they're up to like 80 chapters and it's been like 2 years. We're doing monthly, so right now it's monthly, but the more chapters that I eventually slowly but surely get under my belt, and the more I can produce them at a better rate, then it's like, yeah. And again, like, if I get other help in doing stuff, like, let's say I have an editor working on all of my other stuff and other things I can get done, eventually later down the line, I'll be able to focus more on doing art and the comic and maybe other things, and then I don't have to really worry about other stuff and just kind of just be focusing on comic and other art stuff I want to create. So, yeah, a comic is really an undertaking, and I think a lot of people, I think it's just like, it's more than just like a VTuber lore story. It's like a full-blown like story at this point. So it's gonna be like as if I'm writing a book. Honestly, probably would have been easier to write a book. It probably would have been easier to write a damn book. Like at this point, I probably would have been finished with the book by now. So it probably would have been 100% easier to do a book. And instead, I do this because I think that it's cooler to have more, I think it's also another thing, it's like, it's really helping me, like, get faster at doing my art, unless I'm, like, streaming it. But I've gotten faster with most of my art. So it does help me in the long run, I guess, of that. But also, I've learned, in a way, how to be way more expressive with the facial acting. Because the thing is that your characters can have like a lot of personality by the way that they look, but if you don't really have much character acting, then I feel like you're kind of losing some people. And what do I mean by character acting? I mean like Hello, Mello. I was just talking about comic stuff and character acting, because I talk about random stuff. But character acting just means how the character's facial expression. It's basically just facial expressions. That's what character acting is. The comic is making me get better at how to draw that stuff. And be just more expressive with my characters. I will say it's also definitely helping me learn how to do characters with open mouths. Like, I'm really learning about how to draw people with open mouths. It's great. It's something I never thought that I would have trouble with or had trouble with to begin with, and now it's like I don't need to worry about that anymore. Ow. Oh, my back. My back's been getting very, very stiff recently. Guess there's nothing I can do about it, is there? Just sometimes your back becomes super stiff and there's nothing I can do. Do you like sweet potato? Okay. I hate sweet potatoes. Okay? I just don't like them. I just don't. I've tried. So many people have tried to get me to eat sweet potatoes. I just hate them. Cooked, like, you know, baked. Okay, I do like French fried sweet potatoes. That is it. That is the only thing I like. But, like, you know, sweet potato pie, sorry. Baked sweet potato, no. The sweet potatoes, like, with the marshmallows or, like, cinnamon, whatever thing on top. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I just don't like them. I just don't like them. Except if they're apparently deep fried. Look, you can make me like anything if it's deep fried, except if it's pickles. Pickles is the only thing that, no matter what you do, you can never make me like them. I apologize for this atrocity, but I do not like sweet potatoes. Cook them, broil them, cook them in a stew. Like, nah, I just don't like sweet potatoes. Everything hurts. Oh, speaking about everything hurting, for those that don't know, literally, earlier this week, I came down with terrible joint pain. Like, I'm talking like the worst joint pains that I've ever had. And it was so excruciatingly bad that I actually had to take meds. And I normally don't have to take medication for when I have, like, pain. But I had to because it was that bad. I had to wake up in the middle of the night and try and move to be able to actually get it. And the thing is that all my joints hurt. So moving was not fun. Yeah, it was so bad. And I still don't know really what caused it. Turn into a shrimp? Sure, I'll turn into a shrimp. I'll turn into a shrimp for the rest of this story, but I don't know what caused it. No, it wasn't my back, it was all of my joints. My back did hurt, but it was more of like everything was hurting. That was the real thing. Like, all of my joints. So, like, all the joints in my fingers hurt, my knee joints hurt, my ankle hurt, like, every joint hurt. Every joint in my back, because you do have joints in your back, like, every single one of that hurt. Like, so much shit hurt that I just, yeah. If anything, yeah, I did become shrimp. I did very much become shrimp. So, yeah. I don't extremely know what was causing it, but I have a feeling I know what it was, and it's probably was from sometimes, so it might be that time of the month again. The and the thing is what usually ends up happening is sometimes I do get really, really sick. Sometimes I get like a little bit of a sniffle, and other times I'm as sick as a dog. I am like super sick. And it seems that that might have been the issue, but there could be other things to have caused it. And I just don't know exactly what. So out of precaution, most of the time, I go outside with a mask. I can walk now. I'm fine. I can move around. I'm so much better. Diet? No. It's not a diet thing. For the joints to hurt like that, like, it's not a diet. If your joints were hurting like that because of what you ate, there would probably be way more people that would be sick. And probably be an epidemic of some sort, but it isn't. So it's not definitely a diet thing. And mostly in my diet, I do try and balance it out with fruits, vegetables, meats, and grains. Like, you know, I have a good balance. Yes, I do like fried foods, but I'm not eating fried food all of the time. And for the most part, I cook at home. So most of my food is like very much home-cooked meals, right? So definitely not a diet thing. If it was a diet thing, like, I would probably figure it out. So we'll see. I will say, though, is that I'm starting to kind of think that maybe the other reason is my tea. And hear me out. I have had 2 cups, and these are really small cups. If you make fried butterballs, oh my, wait. Fried butterballs, powdered sugar on top with a drizzle of excuse me, I am not eating fried butter. No, I'm not eating fried butter. Sorry, but no thank you. That's like one thing. Okay, but fried Oreos, that shit slaps. Anyways, I was saying my tea. I think it's my tea because I drank 2 little cups of this, of my decaf tea, and I'm starting to get those joints pains again. Ew? What do you mean, ew? What? What do you mean, ew? Are you saying ew to fried Oreos? Tea should be harmless? Tea should be harmless. If the tea is the reason of my pain, I'm gonna riot. I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna sue. But I will say there's a lot of things apparently coming out. There's a lot of listeria outbreaks. There's a lot. If you guys don't know what listeria is, it just means poor hand washing. So basically it's from cross-contamination. That's what listeria is. Because a lot of people don't know why there's a listeria outbreak with a lot of stuff. It's because it's cross-contamination. That's what it is. As an at-home chef, there is a possibility of always that happening, but I do try and wash my hands constantly and make sure that the area that I'm working with is always clear. Weird doctor terms? No, it's not a weird doctor term. It's just the terminology of what it is. So the illness is called listeria. And listeria is the way of how listeria grows is, or listeria is made to cause the illness of listeria, is cross-contamination. So That means, like, let's say that you grab a raw chicken and then you touch, like, a clean plate and then you eat off of that plate. One, that could cause you salmonella poisoning. Two, could cause listeria, but, well, that's, like, a terrible case. I would say, like, let's say that you touch raw beef and then you touch raw chicken and then you put that hand back into raw beef. That will cause listeria. That is cross-contamination. So the best way to stop it is hand washing. Washing your hands when you touch something that could have something that could cause stuff. So it's like, I always make sure to wash my hands after I've touched something raw. Especially chicken. Especially chicken. Should always do it with chicken. Speaking of which, maybe I might make that chicken dish later today. I got some chicken. Speaking of chicken, I got chicken. I always wash good. Yeah. I think, again, like, it could either be an individual or it could be just a lot of poor working qualities. Like, you know, so they're not checking. So. And it's just, yeah. So there's a lot of listeria outbreaks, but I've been trying to keep up with them. Because the thing is like, it's from stuff you buy in the store, so a lot of them are being taken down off of shelves. So that's a lot of stuff that's happening right now, so it's like, ooh. But I don't think what I'm experiencing is a symptom. It has to be something else, and I think it's definitely something else. One, there's a lot of things happening in me hormonally, because it's almost getting to that time of the month. So there's a lot of things happening in my hormones that could be causing me to have pain. So, because sometimes it just causes me to have pain. Sometimes it causes me to get sick, and sometimes it just causes me to just be a little bit moody. And when I mean moody, I mean moody. I have cried so much. I don't normally cry a lot, but like, I am very, very moody. Hey, at least it's better than the opposite. Sometimes I can get like really, really mean, but instead I'm really, really emotional. I don't try to put it here on stream for you guys, because I don't think you need that, and I don't want to be that. I want to be happy, like my happy little self. Happy. That's what I do. I will say that there's probably a lot of streamers out there that are probably, you know, mostly not in sometimes good spaces, but we don't want any of that to ever come off to you guys at all, because we love you guys and we know that you're all dealing with a lot. And we deal with our own stuff, you guys deal with yours. Also, speaking of which, didn't like Twitch make that like new thing? I don't know how I feel about it. They made like a new like thing so that then people can be able to like, I guess, contact direct support for anything if you guys need to, which I think is like a really good implementation. Don't know why they haven't done it and only did it now, but I think like, you know, you're working with like a lot of people in order to make it, so it makes sense that it took a little long. But anyways, let's finish Bigfoot here, and then I can work on, because I kind of want to work on making a little thing for them. Also, I am going to turn these, I know a lot of people might not like this, but I am going to be turning them into merch prints for you all, so you can be able to have a print of your very own in your home of any of these guys. And again, I might do more in the future, so I might just try and do a series of 4 and do them like around different stuff. Yeah. I'm purposely making them prints only because prints are pretty inexpensive, and you know, if people really like the designs and stuff, maybe, because the thing is that the shop, the place that I work with that makes all the merch, is basically a kind of print on demand kind of store, but it's really high quality stuff. Okay, it's like good quality. So there's plenty of artists that do recommend it, like even like bands and stuff use it, so like it's really good. And sometimes they can help you get into box stores like Hot Topic and all of this sort of stuff. Just imagine if I made this into like actually t-shirts and stuff, and imagine those in Hot Topic. Honestly, I could see these in Hot Topic. I could. Like cryptids as magical girls, of course people in Hot Topic would love that. Yeah, I'd buy that. but for right now, I just want them to be, I'll have them be prints. If people want them as shirts, like if people like say like, hey, you know, if the prints do really well. I will say one thing I'm really bad about is definitely promoting my shop, okay? I'm terrible at it, alright? I'm just terrible at promoting myself in general, because it feels like every time I try to promote something, and I guess this was a problem of Twitter, when I try to promote something, like, it gets little to no traction. So I'm hoping with Blue Sky that maybe I might get a little bit more traction with it and people looking at it. So there's that. Hope and prayers for that one. So that's just kind of how it's gonna be. But I am also just really bad at promoting it. I'm trying to do better, and I think it's just like, it's hard. Sometimes I forget I have a merch store, okay? I'm gonna be honest out here. I do forget. But but this like merch store, I try and have more items on there than just like VTuber stuff. So that's why I want to put this out there. Cause like, just imagine, like, if I will say this much, if I ever grow big enough to get hit up by Uwu Market, I'm moving all my VTuber stuff over to Uwu Market. Okay? I might have some stuff on my shop, but most of it will probably be over at Uwu Market. Like, or like some other place that is gonna have it. So it'll be like over there. So then I don't have to, you know, I could have my stuff be separate. So that then my merch store would have more of stuff like our inside jokes of like butt butter and all of that. And also these, and I also want to redo a series that I already have on there, which was like cute little, it was called My Little Demons. Which is supposed to be a pun on like My Little Pony, but it's like My Little Demons, and it's all like demons and like little cute chibi demons. But I kind of want to redo it because my art style has changed a lot more, so I kind of want to redo that that series and probably like revamp it a lot better and probably work on the designs a little bit more. There are some that I might keep because I've shown them and people like really love some particular designs. But there's some that I want to change, because I think some of them just don't make sense. So there's like a few that I want to definitely change my approach to them. But yeah, that's something I want to do in the future probably. And then, you know, I want to do more cryptids. I want to do more cryptid stuff, and I do want to have one of like My Little Demons, but it's like My Little Cryptids, and then just basically do kind of like a similar thing, but it's like all the cryptids as like little cute chibi stuff, right? But we'll see. Cryptid critters, I think, is what I wanted to call them, but I feel like that's already taken. What the heck? Oh, this is charged. Cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? I need to check this. What the heck is happening right now? Oh my gosh. We made it past 200 on Blue Sky. Where are all of these people coming from? What the heck? This is why starter packs exist, but holy snapperoonies. Like, there's so many. I don't know how I feel. There's like so many people here. I feel like, I don't know. There's like so many. I don't know why, but I think this is giving me like a bot scare because I'm like, there's so many people here. What the heck? What happened? Where did I end up? How am I the funny thing is it's so funny because there's like VTubers, artists, and like writers for some reason. It's such a mixed bag. What is happening? I mean, like, I guess I do want writers, but like this is such a mixed bag of people that I'm just like, what is happening? What did I do? What did I do? Well, now I have to see, like, what the heck is gonna happen and whether or not any of those people are gonna transfer over. Some people have transferred over, which is great. I think that there's definitely a higher transfer rate from Blue Sky over to any of your other stuff. There's a little bit higher because people know that you're a real person and will be looking at that. Like, there's much more of, like, a basis for it. Hi, puppers. Hi, puppy. So. But, yeah, this has been my entire day. It has been one day of just, like, I'm just like, please stop. Please slow down. I can't with this amount of people. Cause I'm just like continuously going, I don't know. Yeah. Cause, you know, the more people that you have, like, the more people are, like, looking at you, and it just, like, I'm just like, no, I do not wish to be perceived. Please. So yeah, that's been my entire day. Cause every time that I open up Blue Sky, I'm like, oh, there's more of you. Oh, there's more of you. Where are you all coming from? It'll stop eventually, right? Right? I hope it does. Because I'm gonna be honest, I really do hope that it does slow down eventually, because I don't want it to grow too immensely beyond what I feel like I can be able to, like, deal with. Because the more people that you have, the more like, I think, like, things that, or issues that could arise. So I'm just like, I like a smaller community, but I don't think that I can deal with, like, however many people that there are and super fast as it is happening. It's great that it's happening, but it's also kind of overwhelming me a little bit with everything. I love it, but I also don't love it. It's like, cool. It's like the Hollow meme, and I need, you know what? If I can, I might make a thing of that and just be like, every time I've opened up Twitter today, it's like, hello, hello. So, but hey, at least I know if I make content or like post anything up, there's probably gonna be a few people that are probably gonna see it. Which cool. You know what? That's really cool. I like that. And honestly, I have like people that I haven't been able to interact with a lot before. I'm now able to like interact with. Like I feel so much more confident. Guys, I have news. I have news. I don't know if you guys did see it on Blue Sky or not, but for those that are not on Blue Sky, I have news to tell you. Hank Green knows what VTubers are. Yeah, the Hank Green knows what a VTuber is. He's met them before. Do you want to know why? Because for some reason, during like some political debate, Sykkuno decided to pull out his VTuber model. I don't know why. I guess maybe he just wanted to for funsies. I believe it's Sykkuno. I think it's Sykkuno's, because a lot of people were saying it was Sykkuno's. I didn't even know Sykkuno had a VTuber model. I heard that he was getting one made. I didn't know that he had already gotten it. But yeah, so Hank Green knows what VTubers are, but not only that, Bernie Sanders now knows what a VTuber is. And it's like such a wholesome thing. But now we have been perceived by people I thought I would never be perceived by, you know? Now I have to live with this information. I have to live with the idea that Hank Green could see my shit. Like, Pirate Software seeing my stuff, or like other normal people seeing my stuff, fine, you know what, whatever. But like, now it's getting too much, and I'm like, okay, Hank Green, surprising. Bernie Sanders. Now y'all crossing a line. Y'all crossing some line. I just... But yeah. Honestly, when I saw that Hank Green was on Blue Sky, I immediately followed him. And the... Hank Green, like, posts up a lot of, like, really fun stuff. And I've commented on some of his stuff before. Like, I have so much more confidence, like, posting and talking with people that I probably wouldn't, like, post or, like, talk with. But now it's, like, I feel like I can. I feel like I have just... I don't know. There's like so much more confidence boosts happening. And I love it. Oh, excuse me. I'm very burpy. But I'm just happy to have so much more confidence and being able to post and interact with people. And I'm able to see like and interact with like a lot more people that I haven't been able to interact with on X, because usually I never see their stuff. So it's great to finally be able to like interact with them again, you know? I love it. I love the interactions. Because most of the time with X and stuff, I would have to probably like go and search them up to see what's going on and what's happening. So it isn't really that helpful to me to search it up. But I have been finding a lot more artists, which is so great because I like following like a lot of different artists. So I've been able to find much more of a variety of artists that maybe go, oh, that looks cool. So, I'm always gonna sing praises about Blue Sky, okay? It's just, I would say, and you know, this is coming from a person that has not taken down their X account. And the reason just being is because, unfortunately, I kind of just do need to have a presence there still, too. Because removing your presence from there is probably not a really good idea. Because again, a lot of brands and other people use it, so you kind of can't really remove yourself as much as you would like to. But I kind of, in a way, have very much abandoned it. I still try to post up there, but honestly, it definitely is very, very much dead. But I will say, for the most part, what people are basically using X for is, if there's something that's like drama or something that is kind of not really nice or kind of like mean and stuff like that, a lot of people are saying like, hey, if you want that toxicity stuff, like stay on Twitter for it. The only reason I'm still on there as well is because there's a few brands and stuff that I really like to follow and things that are not moving. Also, there are a lot of Japanese artists that have not moved over as well that I still follow, so I can't really extremely leave as well because I still want to follow those people. So some of the stuff is like other people that kind of make me say, okay, there we go. I like that I can add really easy fur texture. This brush makes it super easy to do fur texture. Just do that. Probably didn't need to do it as intensely as this, but it's just to lay it down. Just trying to make chunks. If you ever want to do fur texture on stuff, just makes little chunks. Just make sure that you have a direction. The fur is always going to go in a direction. So like on here, the fur is going to go down here. And on here, the fur is actually going this direction. So just make sure you have directions. And then you will also get good at making fur. I actually have some fur brushes, but it's just easier to put it in yourself. You can control it a little bit better. Because you can usually make it as thin in areas or as thick in areas as you want. Oop. Oh, I didn't click on the right thing, that's why. Shady, shady. Shada, shada. Oh, ads are gonna start in a minute. Actually, I might take a little bit of a break because I want to stretch my legs and stuff like that. But also, I gotta go to the bathroom. So, so when the ad starts playing, I will dip for a bit. When is the ad gonna start? Addy ad, when you starting? Let me save. Okay, it says that an ad is gonna start soon, but I don't know like when. So, just as precaution, I'm just gonna pull up the be right back screen and the ad will play. So I will be right back. And I'm back. I guess the ad's played because it says it did. Okay, cool. Awesome. Great. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. This is what we love. So yeah. 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 Yes. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, okay? I think after a while, just my mind... Also, my back really hurts. I might have to go and take some more ibuprofen. See, the thing is, I don't know, like... My back's just been really hurting a lot, mostly. But I think it is a little bit from, like, sitting too much. So I'm trying to, like, break it up a lot more. That's why I'm, like, gonna be trying to get up and take breaks a lot more often. Because, yeah, I need to do that. Eventually, standing desk, coming soon, man. There's, like, a few things I would want to get for my, you know, for my area that would be really, really helpful. One, a standing desk, so that then, like, you know, I can kind of get up and stand for a bit, and then I can sit back down. Apparently, there was a study done, and they said, oh, well, standing desks aren't really that helpful. And I'm like, the test that you did was for if you were standing constantly, or for a long amount of time, and then sitting back down. And I'm like, the standing desk is to be used for a short amount of time. Like, let's say, like, you know, I am cooking something, and then I can just have the standing desk up so that then I can come back in here, check on something, and then walk back out and cook, right? Instead of coming down and sitting down and doing it. So, that's my personal opinion behind it. And also, the other reason that I want a standing desk is because I want it to be... Because the thing is, I'm a really tall person, and even when I'm sitting, the desk is really low. And I want it, like, higher up for my drawing. So, I need it a little bit higher compared to how normal people have it. So that's my other thing. Just putting that away. Add a little bit a snacky snack. So that's probably the crinklies that you hear. I ate it before I started back up again, just because I don't want you guys to hear me eat. Because apparently YouTube don't like that. So. So without any further ado, there we go. Trying to get some of this hair done down here. I honestly really like the fur design that I have on here. I think it encapsulates it well. It's just grand. Hi, puppers. Yeah. My mom is like home and everything, but for some reason, Puppers has just gotten so accustomed to me sitting here and working on stuff, especially if I'm like doing stream stuff. She has just gotten super accustomed to it, so she she stays here and she just loves sleeping on her little spot. Hold on, I'm trying to like where was drawn here. Oh, I see what was. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Ooh. No, I need to finish up the fur here. Oh, there's still some spots I need to. I'm trying to like think. I think there's still some spots here that I need to fill. Sometimes I miss a few spots that need to be I'm trying to remember. Spots that are not filled like this. There's like a little spot here. I like it to be completely filled because then I don't know, you don't see it. Some people don't. I don't know. Honestly, sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes I don't care. It don't matter. But other times I'm like, it needs to be filled. You know what? Actually, I needed that break. My back like feels so much better going and taking that break. But also, I will say, I try and hold I try and like hold a lot of stuff, and I don't think that that's really good for me to be holding in holding in my pee and anything. So yeah, that's not good. So it's probably best that I try and take more breaks when I need to, because that's a good thing. As a streamer, you need to take care of yourself, and I just don't. I do try and sleep well though. I try and still try and keep up a good sleep schedule. That's probably the only thing I do that's good. Oh, this is a blur. I don't need a blur. Blur? I hardly know her. See, this is the thick blending brush that I have. It is a blend, but it, like, pulls, and then it begins to smooth out when there's not a lot of material. Which I think is, like, really great. Because it ends up giving this smoothness, but you can have really harsh areas, too, if you want. Just depends how you want to kind of blend it. I think after a while you just get used to how you want to blend things. Get used to the brushes that you use if you're going to be using like a ton of them. I've just gotten so used to using this. Trying to use other things is like, yeah. There are some things that I use, like certain brushes for like scenery and stuff, but when it comes to drawing characters, I only use like 3. might turn this off. Yeah. Once I kind of have the laying down of the shading, I do take the sketch off, because then it's easier to see everything. It's so much easier. Da 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 da. Oh, you know what I've also been seeing on Twitch a lot is, like, it seems that on Twitch they're trying to, like, reward people for streaming longer, which I don't think is, like, really good. Because I can't... I've seen people that stream for, like, 4 or, like, 5 hours, and I'm like, ooh. Yeah, I can't do that. One, because of back problems. I'm just like, you know, there's some people that can't do that, but then it's like Twitch is like saying, no, you will benefit so much if you did that, and I'm like, I don't want to die. What peppers? There we go. There we go. You know, I gotta know sometimes, like, do people just like it when people just draw and don't say anything? I don't know. Sometimes I kind of like both. Or it's like both of them, you know? Here we go. Honestly, I think this is starting to look really good now that it's getting a little bit of its texturing and stuff. Boop, 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 boop. Honestly, I think that this one is turning out a lot better than I imagined that she would. So, sometimes stuff just works. It just does. And when it works good, and I surprise myself. I scare myself. I do scare myself sometimes. I just go, I didn't realize I could do this, and then I did it. I'm like also kind of double checking on my other screen to kind of see how it's coming across, because sometimes people do have different screens, so it's like, okay, how is this gonna look on a different screen, right? And there we go. You know, I was honestly thinking about giving her muscles and stuff, but then I'm like, well, I'm assuming that most of these magical girls are probably like a little bit younger, so maybe not. I would say maybe like they're in college or something, which doesn't make them completely children, but I still want to, you know. I still wanted to make her look strong, though. Say that she would definitely be the strong one of the group. Because what? I think we got everyone. We got, the shy, quiet one. Jackalope is the peppy one. We have the fashionista, sassy one. And then we have the brute one. Hey, we got the entire group! That was completely on accident and was not planned at all. No, I'm not even joking. Like, that was completely not planned. I accidentally did that. I like how I accidentally made all of their personalities, like, the way of how you would make their personalities. Anyways. I'm listening to like another friend's stream and all I hear and they're playing a horror game and all I hear is, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, sometimes I do lurk in other people's streams. So even though I might not be participating in people's streams, I might be having you on in the background. So just like keep that in mind. And I'm trying to do it more often where I'm kind of like lurking in people's streams. So I'm trying to get like a little bit better at doing it cuz I do want to support people and maybe get them to their goals cuz you know, I might not be able to get very many concurrent viewers, but at least I can try and get my friends up there, you know? And hey, if I get them up there, that's cool. I think it's great. I will say, like, one great thing that I think that I really accomplished with this series is trying to highlight a bunch of people from a bunch of different areas. Because you know what? Anybody can be a magical girl. Leia, you okay? What? Hold on. Excuse me, guys. Hold on a minute. Pepper, is he okay? Oh my gosh! My puppers had a pricker. So we have these little pricker balls that probably come from like stuff, and it was stuck in her jowl, in the fur of her jowl, and it must have been annoying her for the entire day. Oh my gosh, are you okay? I didn't know that was in there. Because sometimes she gets little prickers in her paws and then she tries to like remove it by grabbing it with her teeth and taking it out. But every once in a while this happens where a pricker gets stuck in her jowls instead. Oh my gosh. Well, now she doesn't have to deal with that. She is getting her feet trimmed soon so that she doesn't have to deal with that. But sometimes she can be sniffing something and it gets stuck in her jowl and then it kind of moves in and then it's inside. And that's not fun. It's like it's like these little itty bitty pricker balls. And they, you know, if they're stuck in your fur, and I have felt them, these things hurt. They really hurt. So I can only imagine what that feels like with a dog, and especially with fur that you can't get it out. Because on my skin, I can be able to take it off really easily because it's not going to get stuck. This thing gets stuck in your hair. Like, it is hard to get out. Holy snap. Well, I hope you're a lot better now, puppers. I'm so sorry. I didn't notice that. Oh, by the way, guys, like, outside of that, my puppers is now fine. Everything is good. She's okay now. Because I was wondering why her head was snapping, and I was like, oh, please don't tell me that she's having a seizure right now. Because one of my dogs did that before, because I had another dog, and she went into a seizure, and I was like, please don't do it. No, it was, thankfully, but a little pricker. So, she's now all fine. She's relaxing now. I don't know how long that was in there, but she's at least now she's good. Which I am glad about. I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I was here to find it. Jesus. I think I need to kind of erase this nose area. I don't know if I fix the nose in any sort of way, but hey, it's just, it is what it is. For most of the darker shadows, I try and not smooth it out too much because I do want them to be harsher shadows. By the way, if you've ever wondered why maybe most of your stuff is not looking right, it's probably because you're not doing harsh shadows, which is meaning like you're just drawing these harsh lines. So, like, this is a harsh shadow. This is just more of just a hard, darker shadow, so it can... So it's able to basically distinguish between where things stop and start. And you can still make it like a little bit soft if you want to come along the edge and soften it out a little bit, just as long as you don't break that darker area. Because then it'll be easier for people to know that this is separate from the other area. So it helps to break up everything. So I would say use it where you need to use it. And then there we go. And now we're gonna go in with highlighting. To keep the fur idea, I'm still gonna kind of highlight it on where the fur is. So basically, I'm kind of doing something similar that I usually do to the hair, but just also applying it to the fur area. Honestly, think of fur a little bit like hair. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing in a different format, but fur clumps together much more, whereas hair doesn't clump together as much. Depending on the thickness of the hair. So this one, like, her hair is gonna clump together because it's much more, has a lot of volume, but it's also really curly. Because going into those C curls, right? It's not ringlet curls. If it was ringlet curls, there's a possibility with ringlet curls that that's gonna kind of smush together a little bit more. But even still, it's gonna be separate as well, because even still with ringlet curls, and if you take care of your hair really well, it still also can separate itself out pretty much on its own. So, but with fur, it kind of stays clumped. Again, you can brush out fur, but it will always reclump. And people that have used faux fur, you know, like, especially fursuit owners, like, you guys know that shit clumps back together. So that's why they're always constantly brushing it. I feel like I just called out a lot of fursuiters. It's just like, hey, you understand. You know what I'm talking about here. I swear, if I look at that phone and it says that there's more new followers, I'm gonna scream. Oh my gosh, why? 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 Anyways. But just the other thing is follow the pattern that you had made. So kind of find one of these chunks and kind of highlight a little bit of it. The reason I know how to do fur a little bit is because I actually had to complete it for 3D projects before. So what I had to do is I had to pick a character. I had to then make that character. And the character I chose had fur, but I decided to do a stylistic character. A stylized character. So we basically had to we had to make the model And then we had to, you know, render it and do all of that great stuff. Well, we had to color it, and then because I did stylistically, I had to painterly brush it in. And thankfully I found like a good few couple of brushes and stuff to be able to use. And it did get, oh my gosh. You spin me right round like a record. Sorry. I know so many like shortcuts with my keyboard now. I know so many shortcuts with my keyboard now that I feel like if I start switching over to using like a macro pad, it's gonna be, it's gonna be like a hard shift. Actually, funny enough, there is a macro pad on the side of this drawing tablet, or yeah, this tablet, but the problem is that it don't work. It don't work unless you have the mouse, like the pen up. So you have to move the pen away from the drawing tablet, push the button that you want to work with, and then start again. And I'm like, why do I have to do that? Why can't I just press it when I have the thing over it? So the good thing is I know that the buttons do work. It's just they don't work the way I thought they're supposed to, because the way that it's advertised for it is like it's supposed to work the way I thought it did. So I'm like, okay, what's the hypocrisy here with this? Oh, I will say, this is a new thing I'm starting to do with the hairs and stuff, is I'm kind of like blending the area out a little bit. But this is because I want there to be kind of an area of the highlighting and not like it to be straight white anymore. Which I think is good. Because then it gives me a little bit of like a highlight. So it's basically, I'm highlighting the area to say this will be the high points. Oh, Pupper's getting her din-din. I can kind of hear whatever my mom is listening to. I don't know what she's watching. She's watching something. I just don't know what. There was one time I had finished streaming and then I came out to see what my mom was watching, and she was like, I'm watching the War of the Worlds. She was like, I'm watching your favorite. And I was like, what's my favorite? And then I heard like the music and I was like, oh, it's War of the Worlds. So I sat down. I was supposed to have worked on, I think, a few things, and I ended up working on it later because I was like, it's a freaking War of the Worlds. I'm gonna sit down and watch this. I will say the original War of the Worlds movie, not the whatever Tom Cruise was in. The OG one from like the 50s is really good. Oh, it probably wasn't from the 50s, was it? It's probably maybe 60s because it had color. But, oh, well, 60s, 70s because there was a lot of leather jackets too. So, it's a really good movie. I think it's really, really great. And I think it goes to the original H.G. Wells book so much more than the Tom Cruise one we got. I still think the Tom Cruise one is good on its own, but I will say the original is just so much better. Apparently, I heard that we are getting a reboot on Fantastic Voyage, which is really, really interesting. If you don't know what Fantastic Voyage is, please go and look it up. The original, Fantastic Voyage. Fantastic Voyage is, I think, like, it's like a newer technology where you basically go in this little submarine. Hello, Peppers. All these doctors and nurses go in this little submarine and they go into your body and then they do whatever procedure or surgery that they have to do. So it's basically the Fantastic Voyage is them literally going through the entirety of the body. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. I don't remember like what it was exactly. But because I don't remember the plot exactly because it's been a while since I've watched it, but they're apparently making a remake of it, and I'm like, for the special effects back then, the special effects, like, were pretty decent. Like, I think that they still hold up today with how it is. It's not perfect, it's not great, but I think they still hold up, you know? But I'm like, nowadays, like, I don't know. I hope they make it look good, but the thing is about it is, like, I just hope they don't make it, like, grotesque, you know? Because the thing is about Fantastic Voyage, if you ever seen it, it's a very, very colorful, right? The entirety of the inside of the body is, like, very colorful, not grotesque and dark and spooky and scary in any ways. Like, even though that, yes, it is a sci-fi film, it's like a sci-fi adventure film than it is like a sci-fi horror film, and I hope they don't turn it into a horror, because that's not what it is. I just hope. I hope they don't do wacky shit with it, because, like, it was, like, supposed to be, like, a fun, like, little film. Not... Oh, yeah. I mean, there was some seriousness to it. A lot of films, like, back then had a lot of seriousness. Just because, you know, serious business. Sorry. But they did have some seriousness to them. Now I do want to make that here, but it's going to get its own thing. I do have some texturing I can put on this. This is supposed to be like a bark, like, staff thing. I don't know. I just gave her a staff. I thought a stick would just be fun. She just gets a stick. Because I was thinking of other ways, and I was thinking, oh, maybe a club or something like that. And I'm like, I think a club is a little too much. A stick. Now I can work with a stick. It was going to be a tree trunk, but then I was like, you know, that's going along the club situation. And I was like, no, let's use something a little bit easier. And something like a little bit not too violent looking. Actually, funny enough, all of their weapons have basically been really non-lethal weapons. They're just really bonk weapons or kind of like hit weapons. And I did that on purpose. I didn't want, like, too much violence, you know? I don't think that they would have a lot of violence. But also a lot of cryptids are more of like spooky scary than like outright attack you. So that was my like little thing about it. Is like I feel like that's what it would be. Oh, my allergies. I'm having some allergies. I gotta take allergy medication. I keep forgetting. I wake up and I forget to take it. Look, I just never deal with allergies, so I forget to take it when it's the winter, because most of my allergies are in the winter, and then I forget to take it because I don't remember, because the allergies are only in the winter, and then it happens and I'm like, eh. Okay, so I want some texturing on this. This is an easy way to texture 101. Is it on here? No. I believe it's here. Here we go. Easy texturing. There we go. Overlay. There we go. So you might be wondering what I just did. There is a bunch of in Clip Studio. This is kind of hard to see a little bit. I'll just put this like right here. In Clip Studio, you can download like images. These are like the ones that they give you. Which is really kind of cool. So it gives you these. Okay, I don't... What? Okay, I don't know what happened. I'll fix it later. I think I accidentally duplicated this, so that's kind of funny. So I'll just exit out of that. So it gives you a bunch of presets, and one of it is like kind of so you can either do wood grain white or wood grain brown, and yes, they are kind of different wood grains. It's just said differently, but they also have like parchment paper if you want like a parchment paper look on stuff. So they do have some presets, and there's ones that you can download for free. But the great thing is you can kind of position it however you want. You can also make it smaller, so if I wanted to, I could make it a little bit smaller. I just don't want to make it too small, or else you'll notice it's a repeating pattern, because it is. It's a repeating pattern. So I don't want to make it too small, or else you'll notice that. But that's like an easy way to put some texturing on something, especially like this. Because I still want it to have like some wood grain to it. So I'm gonna turn that stuff off. Now there is a reason I put her up this high. It was so I could make her little area. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but all of them have like little areas to themselves. Hi, Peppers. They all have little areas, or like little, I guess I call it little stands. If I wanted to, I would love to turn these into like actual acrylic stands. I think that would be cool to make them acrylic stands, you know? But we are going to be ending it here soon. But I do want to put them all together, so we might also do that. Here we go. Because we used purple, we're gonna make it purple. I don't know if I want to make it, like, bigger. Out of all of this, I'm gonna do this. And merge that down. Perfect. This makes it more simple. And then okay. I'm gonna use this tree. It's so interesting with this tree brush and how it works. Ooh, that's not what I want to do. I'm gonna have to do this on separate. And then there we go. And then I'm gonna take all of this, merge. Oh, maybe I should have. Here. Oh, no. And then let's do this. Ooh. Sorry, I was doing some stuff. There we go. Oh, you know what I need to open up? I need to open up. You know what? I might open all these little guys up anyways. Just make sure, grab that, and then do that. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's another ad coming up. See, I think that looks nice. See, now we have red, what, we got red, purple, red, green, orange slash red. Well, it's more orangey, and purple. I think we got enough solid colors for all the girls. So, yeah, I think our bases are basically fully covered with all of them. That's nice. That's no one thing I do want to do is I do want to put this is just to kind of finish it up a little bit, but also push things back that kind of need to be pushed back, and pull things forward that kind of need to be pulled forward. So pushing the leg back a little bit more. Pushing this hair back. This. It's just kind of like a nice little finishing touches. There we go. I think that works. Alright. And we are done. Let me just get my signatures while this stuff is... while the ads are going. Also, I have been trying to use glaze more, and I will tell you this much. Default glaze does not work. For me, at least. Like, the default that it has, it just don't work. So. But for what, you know, but I'm not gonna like not glaze my work, so I'm trying to get used to kind of glazing it when I can. But I will say, the one thing about glazing that no one tells you is how distorted that your work can become. Especially if you're using like Nightshade. Nightshade will distort your work. Because it says like, oh, it's gonna, I'm trying to remember. It said like, oh, it could, there's a possibility of it, there's a possibility of it changing colors, right? It's not changing colors, it's like fully distorting it. Like, those are like sometimes really bad distortions. And I thought like letting it process longer would be good. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long I process it, it like still ends up the same. I do wonder if you do need like that CPU thing, but I'm gonna be honest here, like I saw somebody else use it and they did like a video on it and it distorted the same way, so I'm like, yeah, no, that's just how it is apparently. But I do this, which is basically kind of what this is basically what glaze does, is it puts this thing over, and then, you know, you can change the, unfortunately you can't change the scale of it, you know. I wish you could change the scale of it. If I could change the scale of what was happening on the glaze to like smaller so it's not noticeable, I think that would be great. Gonna increase this a little bit, then switch this over here. But this is basically kind of what glaze does to your work. So it does this, and then you okay it, and then it does, and then it overlays it. And heavy glazing will do this. Default is kind of like around here-ish. So it's like kind of noticeable. And then low is about here. So where you can tell that it's on there, but it's not distorting too much. So I basically do my own kind of glaze, but I will say though, even doing this, it's not really fully protected, but you can always glaze on top of this. I will say though, if you already put Perlin noise, it's gonna distort it way more. So there is that. And there was no problem with it. But glaze is cool. If you want to glaze your work, I wouldn't be against it, but I did some tests with showing kind of how it works. And it's, I wouldn't say it's the best. I've also have tried to nightshade my work. The nightshade is very much distorted. Even if I did, like, I think I only did default just to kind of test it. But I do want to see what it looks like with low. And I always use, like, one particular image because then that helps to create a basis of consistency. So I will say there are some pictures that you really notice the glaze, and there's some pictures that you don't notice the glaze. So sometimes it's noticeable and sometimes it's not. So there is that. But without any further ado, we are done with the Bigfoot here. And what I kind of want to do now is make a little lineup for them. I kind of want this to be smaller of a lineup. There you go. Something like this. Sorry, I know it's all like, oh, that's not the color I wanted. I wanted this color. There you go. So let's get them all in here. Let me just do this. Turn this off. And I want to basically because I wanted to like merge all this down. So let me copy this and paste it in here. And we're gonna see the heights of all the girls. Like what their heights would relatively be to each other. Honestly, technically Mothman is our base. So let me just do this. What? What? Mothman, totally almost crashed my stuff. Oh shit, that would have been terrible. So I'm gonna put Mothman here because she's the first one. And let's put you over here. But everyone's based off of her, so let me just... So we're gonna kind of merge them all together here. But you're done. And so let's exit out of that. You're done. But I'm not gonna exit out of you just yet. Jersey Devil, come here. She's the tallest, so we might have to shorten everybody. I don't know why I made the Jersey Devil the tallest. Technically Bigfoot should be, but that's not how that happened. Oh, wait. Surprisingly. Oh, no, I was wrong. Because she's like... Because these are not... Yeah, so... She is the tallest. I don't know why I made the Jersey Devil the tallest. Then the last one I need to open... Now, this person is jumping, so they are going to be the tallest in the sense of stuff, but they are technically not that tall. Let me go and grab it. Da 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 da. Oh no 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 no. No, I need the working file. I almost opened the I almost opened the art file instead of the actual one. Da 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 da. Okay, I know that this one's gonna probably eke my computer a little bit. Oh no, she didn't. I forgot about this. Let me delete those rulers because I don't need them. I'm kind of trying to base how tall she would be. Okay. So now I have Mothman. We have you, and you need to be actually a bit bigger. Okay, we might actually I want to rearrange these guys a little bit. We're gonna have her be in the middle. Let's go put you here. Let's put you back here. It's hard because this one's the most expressive. Look at all of them. Look at all those chickens. No. Oh my goodness, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna fix that. It's fine. But at least the cryptids are all here. At least the first batch of them that we got. This is great. It actually looks really, really good. I love this. So let me just exit out of these ones. And then I'm gonna save this as series 1. So I just know that this is the first series in them. They look so great. I love them all. They're just so good. So let me export this out. As JPEGs. And then let me do this. Say here we go. I think in order for it to fit, I need to do this. Alright. And then say yes, 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 I know. I save this one out. So you can kind of see them all together. And then you need to save this one out again. Oop, no. Because I've been like saving out like 2 versions. One version is like the one that I post up, and the other version is the one that I'm gonna use to make prints. I don't think I'm gonna make a print of this It depends if I want to do a collection, but I will say if I'm gonna do a print of this, I'm gonna zhuzh it up a little bit. I just did this as a little collection to kind of show the height difference. So obviously, of course, she is the tallest, second tallest, and then these two are the shorter. So I think we got like a good variety here of like people, which I think is good as well. But also, they just look all really good together. They do look a little mishmashy, like they're not supposed to be part of a team, but they are, because they, you know, they have aspects of them that are very much collective, which is, you know, I don't know, just. But that's all of them. We did it. We finished the series. Woohoo! Yippee! But I will say that this video is probably going to be coming out after Halloween. But it is done now. All of them have been completed. So we have Mothman, the Jackalope, the Jersey Devil, and now, last and finally, Bigfoot. So I think all of these guys turned out so much better than I imagined them, and I love how all of them look. They're so great. I will say, if you're ever like wondering about like character design or trying to think of something, you guys can always do something like this if you're ever in a slump, and you can just make, you know, as an artist, I can make whatever I want, so I decided to make this, and now it's turned out so well. And yes, I will try and make merch of this. I don't think it might come out before Halloween, but I definitely will try my best to make it and get it in a way that I can be able to start talking about it and promoting it a little bit. So, and I'm gonna try and promote it both on Blue Sky and also on Twitter, so that, you know, people that want to buy this stuff, they can buy this stuff, and it's gonna end up really cool. But yeah, so without further ado, let's switch on over to chatting, and I think from there I'm gonna go and and after this we're gonna raid, and I'm gonna go and yeah. Sorry, I can't think. I'm like kind of starting to get hungry. My body's thinking about food. When I think about food, I want to go get food. So there's that. But yeah, I've been turned back into my shrimpy self again. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say this, but tomorrow we are going to do a trick-or-treat tier list. For those watching on YouTube, this probably already happened, but we are going to be doing a tier list of people, and we're going to say whether or not I will give them a treat or a trick. Yeah. So we got some people from Twitter, we got some people from Blue Sky as well. So got a good little bits of people, and I don't think it's gonna be a long stream, but I might start just grabbing people. I might grab some people. So that's what I'm planning tomorrow. Let me just exit out of here, because I am not gonna be drawing anymore after shooting today. So let me just unplug that stuff. I now just unplug my drawing tablet because I usually am not using it, and also it's easier to unplug it and move it somewhere than try and find a spot for it on the desk. So without any further ado, let me see who we can raid. Okay, there's some people doing some art. Oh yeah, there's some people playing Pico Park too, which is super interesting and funny. So, let me just reload. Let me go on here. And let's see who we can raid. And see who we can raid on this glorious day. Da 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 da. Oh, some people are playing Fears to Fathom. Yeah, there's a lot of people playing some more spookier games, but I think that I want to raid somebody doing some art, because why the heck not? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, she's doing the Smasher Pass. What am I doing? Oh my gosh, I gotta raid her. No, I'll just watch her stuff. I hope that I'm not late to this. Okay, it's been 30. It's been 30. I hope that I haven't missed anything. So they're doing Smash or Pass and I completely forgot that that was happening. Well, let me just like see for a minute. You know what? I'm gonna raid the Smasher Pass. I know I raided this person last time, but we're gonna raid them again. Just because I want to. So raid / raid. I wish I could like immediately like give me people, but that's not how it works. So let me get the raid going. Hooray! Let me copy this. So tomorrow we are going to be doing like a Smash or Pass, but with like trick or treat. And so it's either I give you a trick or I give you a treat. And that's kind of how I want to run it. And yeah. Anyways, I'm really tired, and yeah. So we finished everything. I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm probably gonna run some stuff through some things and then be posting up everything. And yeah. So without any further ado, as I always say, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for being here, and may the winds guide you. Until next time, good. Bye, everybody.